I'm just kind of gradually sorting everything out. It's fine. Okay, good to hear. I think I've sorted the issue from the other day. It's because I do Twitch and YouTube at the same time. But I think I've sorted it, so that's good. Good to hear. Good to hear. It's fine. Okay, I think I'm sorted. So just having a quick look at the lineups. So Forest, Man United, they're about to kick off. Man United are playing their weird formation with 3 at the back end. They call it a 3-4-2-1, but it's more like a 6-1-0. If I'm honest. So Man United have got Onana, Euro, Delict, Mazraoui at the back, and then they've got Delo and Dogu as wing backs, but they're not wing backs, they're kind of full backs. Casemiro and Ugarte in midfield, so they're going to get battered, which is fantastic. Fernandes, Garnacho and Xerxes. Whereas Nottingham Forest have Sells, Aina, Milenkovic, Murillo, Williams, former Liverpool player, Yates and Anderson in midfield, Ilanga on the right, so former Man United player, Gibbs White number 10, Danilo on the left, and Awanyu up front. So another former Liverpool player. Snus says Gabriel is injured. Wow, already. It's only been like 15 minutes in that game. He is already leaving the pitch. Speedy recovery for Gabriel. I don't have any hate for the Arsenal players. I do for the fans. Yes, you're similar to me in the sense. When a player gets injured, obviously we never want to see them get injured. From a human perspective and also from a football perspective, we want to see the best players on the pitch. But yeah, the fans are unbearable, but I don't understand why. I don't understand where it's coming from. They finished second a few times and suddenly they think, they think the big shot's finishing second. It's like, go on. Hugo SCLS says noob. Indeed, noob is my favorite Mortal Kombat character, if that's who you're referring to. I don't know if Hugo supports Arsenal, maybe. So Murillo's got the ball. Garnacho tries to defend and he just kicks it out. Oh, Hugo's French. I studied French at school. J'étudie le français dans l'école dans 2005. 2005 says oui. When I went to France, I went to Paris last year, and I was s'il vous plaît, and she was like, "Oh, you want pastry, mate? You want pastry, mate?" And I was like, "Yes, please." So yeah. Speaking of French, Lenny Euro's on the ball. Across to Delict. Yes, as Sinus is saying, you want pastry, mate? That's kind of how she said it. So it's like I'm trying to talk like a French person, and you're trying to talk like an English person. So, yeah. Oh, Fernandez takes a shot. It takes a shot from about 15 yards out, but it gets saved pretty well. High line for life, mate. Yeah, that's the Spurs motto. I think Ange Postecoglou is gonna get that. Ange Postecoglou is gonna get that put on his gravestone. High line for life, mate. Commit 10 players forward all the time, mate. Hugo says Man United is not very good in the year. Yes, they've had a very bad year. And when I say they've had a very bad year, for Sank and A, they've had bad 5 years, I think. So yeah. Will be funny to see Spurs doing a high line versus Spursy, yeah. Someone just scored. It's Elanga. Elanga's just scored whilst we were taking the mick out of Spurs. Elanga just scored. Is he going to celebrate? Because it's his former club. He was kind of running up. He's like, should I celebrate? And then he said, nah. Oh, they're gonna love that. Man United, good game today, yeah. So I had a bad situation on the weekend, but maybe that's now things are getting better for me. Fingers crossed. Maybe my luck is about to turn around. Yeah, of all the players, of all the players to score, it's just I thought it was a Wanyi at first, so I was gonna get excited that former Liverpool player has scored, but it was the former Man United player, so it was even better. It was even better. Got a Arsenal hate long and watching you too. Perfect. You can keep us updated on the Arsenal hate long. Um, if if Fulham win, like if Fulham, even if Fulham get a draw, that would be so good. That would be so good. Alison Roma says, "Hey, how are you? I'm glad to see you end of the stream. I'm good. I'm good, thank you. How are you? I hope you're also well. Yeah, I'm hoping to kind of. I was unable to stream for the past few days, but I'm hoping to have to get back to normal now. Fingers crossed. Um, I can feel an assist from Sander Berge to Emil Smith Rowe for a goal for Fulham. So the same thing could happen to Arsenal. Their former player could score against them. That'd be fantastic. That'd be so good. So 1-0. My match is just frozen, but my match is back. So Man United trying to attack now. Lenny Yoro on the right hand side. Again, like they passed it to Casemiro, but obviously when you pass the ball, like the midfielder has to run a little bit to get it. But Casemiro was so slow that he couldn't even get the pass that was right next to him, if you know what I mean. So the Nottingham Forest player just intercepted it instantly. And again, Mazraoui tries to control the ball and Elanga just steals it right off him. This is going to be a battering. Man United keep losing the ball. I want Sander Berge to be man of the match. That would be nice. That would be fantastic. Lenny Euro, yeah, the European Lenny, like the Man United fans say. So Man United attacking again. Got Garnacho on the right. Garnacho cuts it back to Dogu, but Forest clear it. Yeah, they can't say euro. So euro it is. Yeah, the one that used to irritate me the most back in the day was Roberto Firmino, but people used to say Firmino. That was that was so annoying. Firmino. And it was even people on the TV as well, like pundits who used to say that. Mazraoui back to Euro. Man United being very patient. Firmino. Rob Firmino. Yeah, Rob Firmino. Man United trying to make something happen, goes to Garnacho on the right. Garnacho's kind of doing his little swivelly, dribbly move, but he loses the ball. The fact that they put so much faith on Garnacho is hilarious. It is. Like, I've never seen so much trust and so much faith in, like, a bang average player. Like, I don't get it. Like, I mean, it shows kind of how bad things must be for them. I've heard some Man United fans say that Garnacho's world class, and I'm like, what? What? Where you getting that from? Garnacho is like so far away from world class. I mean, he could be one day, but average kind of winger at best. He obviously thinks he is CR7, but he isn't near that. True. Even Martinelli is better. True. Yes, I'd take Martinelli over Garnacho every day of the week. Like Garnacho he plays like he's got a bit of an ego, and it's like, where's this? Like, where's your ego coming from? Timber is down now. Wow, I was just gonna say they are falling apart at the back with their defenders. You know, the players that they value the most because that's all they buy. It's pretty crazy. Um, Man United having trouble getting out their own half. They're just kind of constantly being pressed. Like Nottingham Forest got a lot more energy. They seem to want it a lot more. I think the ball might have gone out there. A Jorgen Strand Larsen, another Norwegian player, scored for Wolves. 1-0 against West Ham. Nice. Nice. I want to see Wolves stand up. Wolves stay up. I quite like Wolves. Um, I wouldn't want them to be relegated. Obviously, if they stay up, they might not sell Cunha. But to be fair, Cunha's got a release clause. So, but yeah, I quite like Wolves. Corner to Man United, headed out. So the last time Forest scored from a corner, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens this time around. They will stay up. They're far ahead of the other trio. Okay, that's a relief. Quite like Wolves. Another corner now. for Man United. A better corner, but Forest clear it, and Forest are cantering again. Oh, that was really bad from Mazraoui. Played the through ball. Oh, you missed it. Through ball to Awani. Gibbs White took too long. He should have just played it. Like Mazraoui half came for the ball and then stopped and then just ran back. So Forest were cantering, but Gibbs White kind of messed it up. Timber limps and Arteta sends him back on the pitch. One way to make sure they get a serious injury. I mean, 100% correct. And the thing is, right, then Arsenal fans are going to complain that, oh my God, we've got so many injuries. We've got more injuries than everyone. It's like, yeah, because this guy's hurt and you're shoving him back on. So what do you expect? When he seriously hurts himself, that's all we're going to have to listen to with those guys. We've got so many injuries. Because you don't trust your backups by the sounds of it. Forest edge of the box. Aina. Forward to Gibbs White. Yeah, cleared. We only got Joe Gomez and Trent injured at the moment. Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. I know Bradley's coming back from injury, and I've got a feeling he's going to play a part tomorrow. So yeah, it's just Gomez and Trent. That's pretty good. I thought it was a lot worse than that, but thinking about it right now, yeah, that's it. Aina takes a long throw into the box. A decent throw in, but it gets cleared. Nico Williams puts the ball in. Falls to Elanga. Back to Aina. Connor is back, but he will definitely be on the bench. I think he will get 35 minutes. Yeah, I think he'll definitely get a bit of time tomorrow. And I think we need him as well because Everton will sit back a lot, and Kwanzaa's like an archetypal centre back, so he's not going to really kind of bump forward all that much. So yeah, we will need Connor Bradley tomorrow. Kwanzaa will most likely start on tomorrow on the right back. Yeah, probably, unless like Slot's been keeping like Bradley up his sleeve for a week or something. But yeah. It's most likely going to be Kwanzaa. I've got a weird feeling it might be Bradley, but most likely it's going to be Kwanzaa starting. Dunkirk scored against PSG. Wow, lots of goals today. Not like the damn England game we were watching, which felt like we were waiting forever. So Forest have had 1 shot on target and 1 goal. Man United have had 4 shots, 2 on target and no goals, which is just the way that we like to see things. Mazraoui trying to make something happen. Nothing happens. Forest trying to build up another attack here. Just kind of slowly passing it around the midfield. Man United get the ball back. Mazraoui to De Ligt. Back to Mazraoui. To Dogu. Dogu with a god-awful pass. Like he almost passed it straight to Awani. I don't even know this Dogu guy, man. Like, who's Dogu? They bought him like he was the answer to their problems, and he's been rubbish. Um, oh, is that Elanga? Elanga's at the left back position with some amazing defending to kind of get the ball back. Elanga seems proper up for it. Yeah, if Man United even get a point out of this, I'll be surprised. Nunes underscore comp. I'm just that's a super bendy comment. Nunes underscore comp underscore 400. What do you think about Kwanzaa to Newcastle? I saw some rumors about that. I did see some rumors about that a few days ago. Me personally, I for the right fee, I'd be fine with it. Like for the right fee, like a 45, maybe 40 million, I'd be okay with it because I think the centre back market is really good. You've got Huijsen, obviously. You got Schlotterbeck from Dortmund. You got Hatto, more of a left back. You got Hinge Cape. You've got Murillo, who we're watching here. So I think the centre back market is really good. So if we can get Ignacio as well from Sporting, if we can get like 45 million, we could reinvest it. So I've always been saying, I think we might be kind of looking this out. Whereas a lot of people have kind of pushed back and said, no, he's a youth player and he's going to be a future England international. And I'm like, fair enough, that's your opinion. My opinion is I don't know if he's quite fast enough to be a Liverpool centre-back, because if you look at Van Dijk, Konate, they're rapid. And even Joe Gomez, like in his prime a few years ago, he was rapid as well. Whereas Kwanzaa, I'm not sure he's quite quick enough. So yeah, I'd be okay with it if the fee was correct. Real Sociedad versus Real Madrid. Wow, all the good games are happening today. I need Zubamendi stinker and hooked before half time and Sociedad still win. Yeah, I need I think we all need Zubamendi and hooked in pretty much every single game. Arsenal scored. Well, that's not good. Who was it that scored for Arsenal? Mikel Merino again. They're turning this guy into a striker. I think Merino has scored more goals than Nunes. But yeah, they're just replaying the Elanga goal. He celebrated a little bit, but not fully. Oh, clearly haven't updated the score. Forest 1, Man United did. Oh God, what's his name? Is in tons of space again, Elanga. But he was too slow. He was too slow to react. Like he was bombing down the right hand side. I thought he was gonna score again, but for some reason he just took forever on the ball. Mikel Merino pinball goal. That's all Arsenal seem to do, if I'm honest. Pinball goals. Ball foul here, ball foul there. Pinball, and then they hit it in. It's never a top corner shot or anything with those guys. Fernandez, nice ball over the top, but Murillo, who's a beast, the beast Murillo, heads that back out. Fernandez to Euro, back to Delict, across to Mazraoui. So Mazraoui's playing as a centre back because they've got Dogu as their kind of left back. Back to Onana. Oh, world-class Garnacho got into a good spot, but just got cleanly tackled and completely lost the ball. the players just stopped for a bit because the Forest player is down, but I'm sure the play will resume in a bit. Juve Pong says, what positions would you strengthen for Liverpool? I would definitely buy a central striker, left back, and a midfielder. Yes, all of those. And if Trent leaves, I think we also need a right back. The midfielder that you mentioned, I'd hope it's more of a defensive one, just to give a bit of cover for Gravenberch. Central striker, yes, because it looks like Nunes is going to leave. And it looks like Diaz is going to leave as well. But because we're kind of quite tight when it comes to money, I think if Diaz leaves, I'd rather see Chiesa be the backup on the left. And then on the right, we get Salah's successor. So not a backup to Salah, but like his successor who can learn from him, who can kind of study alongside him. I think that would be what I would do. Maybe one more player in there. Perhaps a centre. I think a centre back as well. Actually, I think we need a centre back. Quite short in that department. Marino more goals than Jota. Jesus. So I thought that's a Gabriel Jesus. I think he's got more goals than Gabriel Jesus as well. But yeah, more goals than Jota. More goals than Nunes probably. He doesn't have more goals than Gabriel Jesus. But yeah. Oh wow, Jesus has got less than Jota. I didn't think that was possible. Another corner to Man United. Oh, don't score. Saved. Pinball for Man United. And then it just fell to De Ligt's head, who headed it with his giant forehead, but I think he was offside. Offside, thankfully. Just a free kick to Forest by the looks of it. A goal kick by Sells, actually, not a free kick, more of a goal kick. So goal kick by Sells. Fernandes somehow falls over from the goal kick. Like, how is that possible? Like, is Fernandes going to watch this stuff back when he's older and be like, why was I falling over? And crying about it. Pixelated Suit says, hey mate. Hello Pixelated Suits. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Ball gone back to Anona. Let's see if anything happens. Snuff says, highline mate. Ange mate. We only play one way, mate. Get the line up the pitch, mate. Yeah. I'm gonna miss Ange when he gets sacked. Not if he gets sacked, when he gets sacked. It's gonna be unfortunate. Yeah, I was watching a lot of Pixelated Suits Football Manager content. I need to get back into Football Manager. I used to play it a lot back in the day, but I haven't. I've actually got a gaming PC behind me, which I just built. I don't know if you can see it. Of course, I'm right in the way of it. Yeah, there you go. there's a gaming PC which I've recently just built. So I need to get back into Football Manager and that sort of stuff. But yeah, pixelated suits, some really kind of fun gameplay. It kind of got me back into it a little bit, if you know what I mean. Bologna 2, Empoli 0. Ange is a funny guy. Put my hands in my pocket, mate. Put my hands in my pocket, mate. And I just look down, mate. I just look down. I look down during my interviews, mate. I'm sure I'm sounding a bit like Sean. I'm sure I'm sounding a bit like Sean Dyche. I don't know why. Nice FM on stream. Yeah, pixelated suits. I was watching some of their Football Manager content, and I followed them. Would definitely recommend. Pixelated suits says, I saw you followed me, so I had to stop by and give some love. Appreciate that. Thank you for the comment. Yeah, there's lots of kind of good football stuff on Twitch, which I didn't know about. Pixelated Suits asks, you support Liverpool? I do. I'm normally wearing a Liverpool shirt, but they're both in the wash. How about yourself? Just a throw in for Aina at the moment. Aina with a long throw in. Man United cantering. I support Atletico Nacional, but watch a lot of Liverpool because of Diaz. Nice. And that's the Luis Diaz emoji there. Nice. Ange will definitely go camping when he gets fired. I don't want Ange to get fired. I don't know why. I just find him amusing as a person. Like, I don't know, like, whenever Tottenham concede and I see on my phone they've conceded, I just say, high line, mate. Who are also playing a high line today is Nottingham Forest, but they're playing it well. Ruben Amorim literally looks like he's got tears in his eyes. Ooh, Murillo with the ball in, and it's gone out for a Forest corner. Come on, if we can get a second goal. I'm saying we. Why am I saying we? Is that how much I hate Man United? I'm saying we for Nottingham Forest. I'm like, yeah, if we can get a second goal, that would be fantastic. Arminia Bielefeld 2, Bayer Leverkusen 1. Wow. Bayer Leverkusen not having quite the extraordinary season that they had last year. I know they're still up there. Last time I checked the table, I think Bayern were first, but Leverkusen I think was second. So, but yeah, not quite as good a season as last season, but yeah, we'll have to see what happens. The Curse King says we should definitely go for Frimpong. You know what? The last two games, the Curse King that we streamed, which was Spain versus Netherlands and Netherlands versus Spain. Frimpong really impressed me during those games. He was playing more as a right winger of a front three, which means he's not really breaking any prejudices there, because most people say he's far too attacking. But anyway, he really impressed me with like his effort, his energy levels, his commitment, and he does a pretty good Scouse accent as well. So yeah, I'd be happy if Frimpong came in. I'd be very slightly concerned in the back of my head. But I think it's easier to teach a player how to defend than it is to teach them how to attack. So I'd be happy if Frimpong came. We against any of our rivals, 100%. I didn't even do it deliberately. I was like, yo, I hope we get a second goal, and then I noticed. I honestly don't think Frimpong would fit, because unless we get a good striker, tall, that always love the ball on his head, Frimpong won't do much. Okay, so does Frimpong do like a lot of high crosses, like a lot of kind of lofted in crosses to the centre forward? I didn't know that. The other thing that I'm slightly worried about is, you know how our club loves to kind of cheap out and get players that cover multiple positions. So they might see that Frimpong can play the right wing and the right back and just buy one player to cover both positions. I can see that happening. Yeah, because he had Boniface up there. Oh yeah, of course. Boniface to kind of head everything in. He's another player that I've heard kind of being linked with Liverpool. I think we will kind of definitely get a striker this summer, but not sure who. But I have heard Boniface mentioned as well. I think unless Frimpong and Salah loves to play together, maybe. Yeah, true. But we need someone like Santiago Jimenez. We won't get Isak, by the way. Yeah, with more kind of as more kind of days progress, I'm getting less and less confident about Isak, because I'm seeing like 150 million like in the news. I'm like, we're not paying 150 million. It reminds me a bit of the Bellingham midfield summer, whereby like we needed multiple players, so we couldn't just put all the money on one. We had to buy Szoboszlai, McAllister, Gravenberch, Endo. This seems a bit like a similar sort of thing, in the sense that it's a kind of a mini rebuild of the attack. So I don't think, I mean, we could be wrong, but I don't think they'll put a significant sum on Isak. I can see like a Cunha. So Cunha apparently has like a £65 million release clause, which is half the price. So Cunha's half the price, but Aina's going off for some reason. Cunha's half the price, but I don't think Isak is twice as good. So I can see the club more going for like a Cunha. It's ruled out, by the way. We need so many players, 7 at least. I know we would have done 100 million plus a player. Yeah, I think that would have perhaps been the upper limit. I think 100 million plus a player. Apparently Newcastle have interest with respect to Kwanzaa. Apparently Newcastle have interest with respect to Joe Gomez, and apparently Newcastle also have interest with respect to Darwin Núñez. I saw that a few days ago. So we'd be looking at a part exchange, but I think even then, it just feels a bit out of our price range. I shouldn't be saying that, but it feels like that. Yeah, so 100 plus a player, or 80 plus 2. João Pedro is 100 according to Brighton. LMAO. That's another thing that I saw that came out today. I was like, 100? João Pedro was always like the cheaper option. Like, he was always the one that was a bit cheaper if you wanted to save a bit of money. And we're saying he's 100. No chance. I think half of that, 50. Even if it was 50, half of that, I think certain people would still say that we overpaid. I mean, he's a good player, but 100, no. Like 100 million needs to stop being like the conventional price that everyone goes for. Like, oh, you want Isak, he's 100 million. You want João Pedro, 100 million. You want a water bottle's 100 million. It just feels like they're putting 100 million on everything, and it's like, what's happening? Darwin, I don't think so, but Jota, I've heard that as well. Jota's the one on their radar that I've been hearing for a while, but there were some stories about Darwin a few days ago. At some point, we also love Believer, apparently. I would love a Believer, but we ain't spending 100 million on him. I think you're right. I think you're right there. Maybe we just need to get Brighton scouts, because they got Caicedo and they said, okay guys, Chelsea can have Caicedo, we'll buy Believer. And now they've got another like expensive player. So maybe we need to get a hold of kind of Brighton's scouts. But yeah, we wouldn't spend 100 million on him. I think we're more in the kind of £60 million range. Tom the Moron, that's an amazing that's an amazing username. Tom the Moron says Isaac over 100 million, to be honest. I think you're right. Like a few days ago we were hearing 120 million, and recently we've been hearing 150 million. Curious of what team you support, Tom. But yeah, like most of us here were kind of Liverpool fans, and we think over 100 million is probably a bit out of our price range, unfortunately. But Snus says Belieber with Maka as the 10 and Gravenberch 8 would have been a crazy midfield. Yeah, that would be pretty good. So yeah, but Belieber deepest by the sounds of it. Gravenberch doing the box to box role, and McAllister basically behind the strikers. That would be really nice. Cause you'd have a bit of everything in that midfield. 120 because they might need to sell because of PSR. Yeah, I've heard about that. They had this quote unquote issue last year, but then they just sold other players. You know, when we were going to get Gordon and then we ended up not getting Gordon. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Tom the Moron says, I don't see Isaac leaving to go to a different club, especially now Newcastle have actually won something. You're right about that. And I think the other side of the coin is, I think there's still a small chance he could go if Newcastle don't get into the Champions League spots. But I think if Newcastle get into the Champions League spots, at the very least his value is going to rocket up. So I think it will be significantly kind of difficult to get him. Just kind of, yeah, but we have to keep an eye on it. The other thing is, I saw yesterday Haaland got injured, and Haaland is apparently injured for the entire season, which increases the likelihood that Newcastle will get a top 4 spot, and it decreases the likelihood that Man City was, because their star striker, and I say their star striker, in reality their only striker is out now, so that makes things even worse for us. So it'll be interesting to see. Dunkirk 2-0 against PSG, dunking on PSG, who dunked on us, who dunked us out of the Champions League after we topped the group. Pixelated Suits says, do you do watch-alongs of mostly Liverpool or any Prem? To be honest, pretty much anything. The past few weeks, because we haven't had club football, we did Netherlands versus Spain first leg, we did Netherlands versus Spain second leg, we did England versus Albania first leg, we did England versus Albania second leg, also done a Barcelona game recently. So it's generally like whatever kind of people in the comments kind of say would be good kind of thing. It's generally like if a Liverpool game is on that day, then it's gonna be the Liverpool game. But if it's not a Liverpool game, then kind of whatever people are interested in, we just kind of watch it together. A France League 2 team dunking on PSG. Wow, that makes our elimination even worse, doesn't it? Pixelated Suit says, loving the content so far. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Speedy recovery to Haaland. Yeah, it's always disappointing when kind of a player goes down and is out for the season. Because like also from like a footballing perspective, it doesn't really impact us, but from a human perspective, you don't want to see anyone kind of get injured. I need my striker to be ready for the 6th of June. Norway against Italy. Norway without Haaland are a very different property to Norway with Haaland. So yeah. I saw the word 7. Like, I don't know if it was 7 weeks. It wasn't 7 months. So if it's 7 weeks, I think you should be okay. Tom the Moron says, Marmouche isn't too shabby, to be fair. Yeah, Marmouche is looking good. I I didn't know if Marmoush was going to kind of flop when he came over, because was it Frankfurt that he played for? But he seemed to kind of run in behind a lot, and I wasn't 100% sure if he was going to be a success. And then the first few games didn't go too well for him, so I thought, okay, maybe I was right. And then the next game he scored a hat-trick. So I was completely wrong. But yeah, Marmoush is looking good. He's looking pretty good. Rivals and LFC, a hate along against rivals and love along with Liverpool. That's accurate. Like, I might rename the Twitch channel to that. That's more accurate, right? Than football live streams. It's Liverpool love alongs and rival hate alongs. That's more like it. Tom says FA Cup could go anywhere. I see every team with a chance of winning it. Palace lowest chance, but they are still in. They are still in with a solid shot. Yeah, I think you're right. It's gonna right now, like, nobody really kind of stands out as like, okay, that team's definitely gonna win it, or okay, that team's definitely gonna win it. So I think you're right. It could go anywhere at the moment. You would probably have said Man City, but with Haaland getting injured, now you never know. So it'll be interesting. That's kind of what makes cups interesting. 7 weeks, yes. Frankfurt, yes. Forest to win the FA Cup. Yeah, I'd like to see Forest win it. Historically, they're like a really big club. They've got 2 stars on their logo, so I think that might be 2 European Cups. So yeah, Forest are pretty good, big club historically, so it'd be nice to see. I don't care much about them, so let them win the FA Cup. It'd be nice. It'd be nice for Forest to win it. It's nice when kind of other teams win it. Like, obviously I want Liverpool to win it, but then it's boring when it's like it's always Man City. Oh, it's Man City won the FA Cup, Man City won the Carabao Cup. Next year, Man City won the FA Cup, Man City won the Carabao Cup. I like it a bit when these other teams kind of get something to celebrate and these other teams win things. I don't know, it's just makes things a bit more exciting. Real Sociedad scored. I hope it wasn't Zubimendi. It was not. It was Ander Barrett next year scored. 1-1 aggregate since it's a cup. Nice. So that's against the Real Madrid, I believe. Ooh, Garnacho's not gonna do it. Yeah, like I don't even get excited when Garnacho's running through. He was running through and he was through on goal, but we all knew, Murillo was just gonna tackle him, and yeah. Nice opportunity for a 1-year there, but the ball has rolled straight back. Snus says, I need Sociedad to dunk on the Madrid. Yes, we need Madrid to be dunked on a lot, and if Trent goes there next year, we need them to be dunked on even more. Pablo Marin Tejada assist. Nice, good for them. Provided Zubimendi didn't score, I'm happy. So there's 6 minutes of injury time in this game. Man United's attack they still haven't really done much. They look like they've kind of given up for the season. That's just the vibe I get. I'm not convinced the whole kind of switch to kind of Amorim has worked. I know Liverpool were linked with him last year. But the weird thing is, like, Man United right now, they have all Ajax players. They have all players who thrive in a 4-3-3. So they've got all of Ten Hag's players, but they're playing Amorim's system. So it's a bit weird. Just kind of seeing it. Second half starting now. Is that the Sociedad game, or is that a different game? Tom says Villa got a huge chance to prove themselves, got PSG and an FA Cup semi-final. I really don't mind them, but the amount of hate City get make me want them to win. Hatred for being the best year after year. I'm a Newport fan, so no bias. Yeah, fair enough. Good to have a Newport fan in the chat. I wouldn't mind seeing Villa win it. My brother supports Villa, so that would make him happy. Villa, again, another historically big club. So Villa also have a kind of European Cup back in the day, so it'd be nice. I don't mind teams winning one cup, but if they win two, I'll be like, oh. But yeah, I can't really hate on Villa too much. It's not for being the best, hated for being cheat. When you need 130 charges to do what you're doing, it shows everything wrong with teams like City. It'd be interesting to see what happens with that. The kind of news on that has kind of died down a bit. I don't know like what the timeline is of when things come out. You'd have to think the Premier League have expensive lawyers, Man City have expensive lawyers as well. So I'd be interested to see what the outcome is, because it seems to be dragging on for a bit. Tom says they haven't done anything wrong. They're winning the legal battles. Record-breaking profits in their treble season. Yeah, I think that's what is that when they sold lots of players, and they were able to turn around the profit. What I find crazy is like they even bought Alvarez for like 5 million and then sold him for like 90. Well, so they are getting better at the kind of recycling of players and bringing in money that way. Snus says they ain't winning. They have some of the fun stuff. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what. Should I Google it? Like, when is the verdict? When is the verdict for Man City? So the expectation of like the final verdict says it's spring, but we're in spring now, so it could be any time from now till June that we find out. Oh, August 2026. Okay, that's longer. That's longer than I thought. They're probably doing all the investigations and that sort of thing. Snus says they won't stop some of the funds that the Premier League tried to stop them from gaining more. Yeah, it's an interesting situation. I kind of just want the whole thing to be sorted, and so that we can kind of get on with the football kind of thing. So 1-0 at half time for Nottingham Forest. Just going over the other scores. So Arsenal still 1-0 up. So the other games, which started 15 minutes later, they're obviously into the second half now. So Arsenal are 1-0 up. Wolverhampton won. So Arsenal won, Fulham 0. Wolverhampton Wanderers won, West Ham 0. And obviously Forest won, Man United 0. Tom says Chelsea controversy. I saw that today, and when you kind of half laugh and you half go what? So Chelsea controversy at the minute cured their FFP charges by selling the women's team to themselves. Clearly found some loophole or something. Yeah, Chelsea are very good at finding loopholes. They found another loophole last year, didn't they? As Nus is saying there, Chelsea are always finding loopholes. There was another loophole they found last year, and then they closed it up. And now they found. I think last year they were selling buildings or something, and this year they found another loophole. Chelsea have got like the best lawyers then, because they just keep finding loopholes in football law. Yeah, that was it. They were selling hotels and now buying their old stuff. Yeah, it's it's, it's crazy how they find loopholes in laws which you'd think were watertight, but I guess not. Um, PSG scored 2-1. Okay. PSG are coming back into it against this mighty second division team. Soon they will sell fake grass from their stadium. Yeah. Apparently that's a valuable commodity. When I went to the Anfield Stadium tour, I went like last year. They kept saying like don't pull out the. Obviously, I wouldn't do it, but they were saying people in the past have tried to pull out the grass from the stadium and try and sell it. Barcelona did that in 2022. Yeah. How was the grass presented? Like, was it like in a frame? Like in a frame, you frame it in your house, or was it in like a little? I don't know. Was it in like a little? Was it in like a little pot? As a pot of grass? How much would that cost as well? How much would it cost? That's when Barcelona were proper desperate, weren't they? When they were leaking money out of every orifice. But they will definitely do that when they need more cash. Wow. Well, when I need more cash, I'll sell the grass from my garden. I don't know if anyone will buy it. They cut it like a square and just like a square. Like, here you go, here's a square. They didn't even like frame it or anything. I don't know. Could have like a nice frame and then that I'd understand to a certain degree. That's lame. Like, here's some grass. I thought they'd at least put some effort in. Like, if they're charging money. 150 euros? So what's that? Like 120 quid, 130 quid, something like that. So Tom says literally about 3 inches of glass. 3 inches. So what's that? That's like 7.5 centimeters in a small plastic box for 150 euros. Absolute scam. Went there for a stadium tour and thought it was stupid. So how were they selling them? Were they selling them at the stadium tour? Or could you buy it off the website? Like, what was the method that they were using? But yeah, that's like, it just feels a bit desperate. And equally, even if they were to sell like 1,000 of them, like, is it really going to raise that much money? I don't know. Yeah, absolute scam. I did go to Barcelona last year as well, but I didn't go to the football stadium. But if I go again, I might need to check it out. 150 Lenny euros, yeah. As the pundits say, it's not Lenny Euro, it's Lenny Euro. I'm just curious. I want to Google this picture of Barcelona grass. Oh, it's on sale, guys. It's on sale. It's 80 euros. It's 80 euros. It's on sale. It's on sale at the moment. If you want to buy a present for somebody that you hate, there's some grass. Oh yeah, so it comes in like a little box. And that's kind of... But here's a business idea. Could you plant the Barcelona grass in like your own pot? So, could you get one of these, plant the Barcelona grass, and then grow your own, and then sell it for 50 euros? There's a business idea. Wow, I'm coming out. You could plant your own Barcelona grass. Tom says they sold them on the dugout. Don't think many people bought them. Yeah, I'd be shocked if they sold a significant amount of those. Here's some grass. Dumbest stuff though. I bet Spursy will sell their stadium next. It does feel like a bit of a Spurs thing to do. Here's the grass, mate. The grass that we play a high line on, mate. Want to buy some grass, mate? Plastic box, mate. 50 quid, mate. 80 Lenny euros. I wouldn't spend 80 Lenny euros for someone. Yeah, I hate. That's a good point. That's the flaw in my logic. Why would we spend money on people that we hate? That is crazy. I remember I remember hearing about it, but that was it. Pretty wild. Imagine how many Varka players have spit in that grass. And Spursy, oh, Spursy is Chelsea. All right, fair enough. Yeah, okay, Chelsea. Yeah, I can see Todd Bowley doing it. After they've sold the women team, they've sold the hotels. Now they're gonna sell a bit of grass. What they're gonna sell after that? Like, well, what more is left after that? I call Spurs just Spursy and Chelsea Spursy spelled differently. They're beginning to act like Spurs. Yeah, Chelsea or Chelsea or an odd team. That's the nicest way. Mate. Highline, mate. 10 players up the pitch, mate. 10 up the pitch, mate. We don't defend in this team, mate. I just love Ange. I don't know why. I just find him amusing as a person. Endrick scored. I don't like Endrick after what he did to Kanate. Endrick is supposed to be very good in Football Manager, I've heard. So as I was saying, I was watching Pixelated Suits Twitch channel, Football Manager, and I did a bit of kind of research after that. And apparently Endrick's really good in that game, if anyone plays. So yeah, 2-1 to Madrid. Dehydrated, mate. Yeah, you definitely watching the better game. I've made the right decision for once after repeatedly making the wrong decision last week. Arsenal is so boring. They are, and it's kinda depressing to see because they were a very attacking team when Arteta first joined, and since then he just made them more and more defensive, and now they've literally got about 7 defenders on the pitch. It's like I don't know how people watch this, and I think traditionally also Arsenal under your Arsene Wengers and so forth, they've always been an attacking team. So I don't know how people watch the rubbish that Arteta's playing. Tom says, a bit random, but wish Nathan Ake would get the respect he deserves. Was brilliant at Bournemouth and actually improved at City. Shame injuries have held him back. Reminds me of a less physical but more tactical Konate. I think you're right. I think you're right. You're right about that. Ake is a lot of a better defender than what his reputation says he is. Like he's a solid defender. He's a good defender. He doesn't look out of place. He doesn't look out of place in a Man City team alongside Diaz, alongside Stones. It's quality defender. He's Dutch, so I don't know if he suffers from the whole he's Dutch, but he's not Van Dijk. So I don't know if that aspect kind of holds him back. Whereas if he was, I don't know, Spanish or Italian, I don't know, maybe it'd be maybe not Italian. If he was, I don't know, Bulgarian, maybe, or Croatian, maybe it'd be a bit easier. But Ake, I've always thought was a good defender, and a lot of people were saying last year that Ake was Man City's best defender. So you're right. I think he does need a bit more respect. Somebody who doesn't need more respect is Rasmus Højlund. No, I'm just messing. So Højlund's coming on. I wonder who is coming on for. Who are Man United playing up front? I can't even remember. Who's their number? Their 25 is Ugarte. So are they taking a? I'm just curious to see. Oh, Xerxes. Their 25 is Xerxes. Okay. I thought 25 was Ugarte. All the Arsenal fans love Farteta, so don't matter. They happily sit back and watch the trash that Farteta do. Yeah, they're happily to just take whatever he gives them. I was about to say I feel sorry for them, but I don't. I don't know. I don't know how they watch that. It's like defend, hopefully get a corner, and then the ball will pinball and someone will stick a leg out and kick it in. Xerxes, okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Xerxes hasn't really done much. Tom says Højlund has less GA than Edison with more games. Is that Edison as in the goalkeeper for Man City? That's hilarious if that's who we're talking about. And the fact that it's with more games makes it even funnier. Like, how do you have less GA than a goalkeeper? Unless this is a different Edison. But that's pretty funny. They even claim Farteta is a general man. I was about to say general manager. He is a general manager, but he's not a generational manager. Like, why? Because he used to work alongside Pep, and he sounds a bit exotic. Like, ooh, Mikel Arteta. That doesn't necessarily make the guy generational. He's only won an FA Cup, and you can argue that FA Cup was not even with his team, because I think he had Aubameyang at the time. I think he had who's the other guy? Lacazette at the time. I remember when Aubameyang lifted the cup, he lifted the whole thing up without taking the bottom down, because he never lifted the trophy in God knows how long. But Arteta's not a generational manager, I don't think. I think you need to win. You need to maybe not even necessarily win a lot, but you need to show something. Arteta spent like close to £1 billion. Close to £1 billion, and all he's got is second. So not generational in my eyes. I'd like to see what Arteta could do with a limited budget. If he didn't have 800 million to spend, if he didn't have Declan Rice for 105 million, I'd like to see what Arteta can do then. Mikel Arteta, Mikel Marino, the same thing. Oh yeah, they've got the same name. I hadn't noticed that before. Tom says, nope, the goalkeeper. He's got 3 assists, I'm pretty sure, or had more before the 3-0 Leicester for United. Wow, that is embarrassing. A goalkeeper's got more GA than you. A goalkeeper's got more GA than you in less games. That's wild. Wild and funny. You know, Arteta won 3 trophies, 2 majors in Community Shield and 1 FA. Yeah. They're suddenly counting Community Shields as trophies. Well, if it was someone else. If it was somebody else, then they don't count. Like, he literally won a plate that he can eat his dinner on. That's what he's won. Like, it's not a trophy. There's a corner for Nottingham Forest, by the way. Let's hope something happens from this. Fingers crossed. Cross in by Elanga. Headed out by Delict. Goes to Nico Williams, our former player. Back out wide to Elanga. Elanga, nice cross in. Oh, really good save. Really good save by Onana. I didn't think Onana had good saves in him. But it was a nice cross in by Elanga. Good header. Onana had to get down very low, very quickly. Oh, player was about a mile offside anyway, but still, good save by Onana. Snus says the fact that Arteta said he wants. Did he say that himself? Did he say that himself that I want three throw? I thought this. Hold on. I thought this was just a thing that the fans were saying. I thought this was. Did Arteta say that himself? That's embarrassing. Like if Slot said that, or if Klopp said that, or even if Brendan Rodgers said that, I'd be like, bro, don't say that. Even Ange Postecoglou would say, Community Shield don't count, mate. It's a sheet. It's a plate, mate. Plates don't count, mate. That's that is wild. Tom says claiming the Community Shield as a trophy, as if it is up for charity, is the most Arsenal thing ever to do. I think you're right. I think you're right about that. It's kind of embarrassing. Like it's a charity shield. It's a community shield. Like yeah, we have fun for a day. We have a nice day out. We let the youth players play a bit. We let our players get their fitness levels up, and then that's it. We move on. It never used to be a trophy because it's not. Win the dog ran away after hearing what Arteta said. Community Shield was a trophy. Maybe Win the dog thought they were going to serve his dinner on the Community Shield, so he went back to the kitchens expecting a big portion of dog food on the plate that they just won. He did say that. He said that in an interview. Wow. Just look up Arteta Community Shield interview. I will look that up. That's embarrassing. Like even if our manager said that, I'd be like, oh, don't say that. It reminds me of Eric Ten Hag. You know when Eric Ten Hag got sacked last year, I remember he said something like, we've already beaten Liverpool like twice this year. And fair enough, they won one game in the Premier League, but the second game was a pre-season game. A pre-season game in I think it was in Asia. So I think when managers make kind of desperate statements like that, I just feel a bit sorry for them, and I'm sure everyone here feels a bit sorry for them. Snus says, did you hear what Arteta says about FA Cup ball? How is it so different to the Premier League ball? That's why they lost to Newcastle. Is he saying that the physical football is different? Like is that the latest reasoning? Oh, come on, counter, up the pitch. Elanga's kind of countering, but he's taking his time again. He's on the edge of the box, passes it back, goes out to Nico Williams out wide. Throw in. Pep said it too, not really sure if it's valid or not. Is that about the ball? What are they saying? Like it feels different, it's heavier, it's lighter. But you think like all the balls they have in their training, like they're all like they'd have their own balls in the training, and they'd have their own balls, like So it seems like could that ball have been made to like a different spec? Interesting that multiple people are saying that. Yes, it was different, and that's why they lost. I mean, Klopp had a lot of excuses with the grass and stuff. But I mean, hey, at least it's not Liverpool for a bit. Yeah, that makes a nice change. I mean, if Klopp had issues with the grass, I'm sure he could go to Barcelona and he could buy a 7-centimeter box of grass. So it's easily rectifiable, and I'm sure Klopp could have afforded 150 euros. All the Man United players are in their own half. Xerxes is still on, by the way. I had a feeling that Xerxes wasn't number 27. Should I check? Xerxes is their number 11. Like something in the back of my head was saying, I swear Ugarte is their number 25. Yeah, Ugarte was their 25. So they've at least tried to bring a second striker on. It hasn't done anything in the kind of 10 minutes. Um, I love Klopp and his excuses. Yeah, I didn't think Klopp was too bad from an excuses aspect, but I don't know if I'm biased being like a Liverpool fan. But sometimes I'd be like, oh, why are you saying that, mate? But most of the times I'd kind of agree with him. But again, I don't know if we're being biased here. Um, Ugarte is 25. Klopp's excuses were horror. Some results blamed on the wind, the grass, the dryness of it, or the sprinklers aren't too long. I think he said that 2-2 versus Fulham. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, yeah. I think he was probably going through a tough time at the around then. But yeah, it's like if you're blaming the grass, like where does it stop? Are we gonna blame the alignment of the planet? Are we gonna blame, I don't know, were we wearing the wrong color socks or something? I don't know. It's just a bit silly. Mr. Amarim ain't it? Yeah, I've not. On the one hand, I respect the fact that he's trying to kind of persevere with his system, but on the other hand, I think a manager isn't just tactics; it's also how he motivates the players, and it's also how he creates that atmosphere, like kind of Klopp did. Amarim doesn't strike me as someone who's doing that. I don't know if he'll be around next season. I'm curious. I'm curious as to what everyone else thinks. Um, at least we never did a high line, mate. High line. Saka scored 2-0. Yikes. Okay, so firstly, double yikes, and secondly, is Saka back? Oh, I thought Saka was out for the season. Why is he back? He needs to stay over there. He can come back next year. PSG 2-2. PSG are coming back as well against their very tough opposition. Did not miss Saka. Might have to get him back in my fantasy Premier League now. Yeah, I think so. He's got a habit of scoring, and like as far as I know, this might be his first game back, and he hasn't taken any time to get up to speed. Like he just scored instantly. So yeah, Saka's guaranteed points, I think, on FPL. The hate along don't work. Yeah, the full hate along don't work. The partial hate along of Man United is working. So it's 50%. It's 50% because it was the double hate along. So 50%. Now he's back and he just came on. So he's been out injured with a serious injury. And he just comes back, and as soon as he's back, he scores a goal. I mean, you gotta respect that, I guess. Yeah, let's not jinx it. Bruno Bruno Fernandes is a rat. Always thought Bernardo Silva is a far better player than him. I agree with you. His technical ability is fantastic. Pep's favourite player for a reason. I agree with you 100%. They're both Portuguese, but Bernardo Silva, I think, is kind of levels above. And I think what exemplifies Bernardo's ability a lot more is physically, like he's not a big guy. Like he's quite short. I think he's probably about 5'6", around, I don't know, maybe around there. He's not big or muscly, but he's still extremely effective. And I think when you're like a smaller guy, but you're still extremely effective, you don't have pace and power to help you along. So I think that makes him all the more impressive. I think Bernardo, Pep's favorite player for a reason, yeah, and his versatility as well. He played a lot kind of centrally in the midfield, but he also played as part of the front three sometimes. He's a good player. Good player. I find him a bit annoying, like the faces he makes, but and and I find him like a bit of a kind of mini rat. Because when Liverpool won the league and we did the parade, like he wasn't clapping, he was just standing there. So I dislike him a bit for that. But as a player, I gotta say, he's very, very, very good player. Technically, very good. Um, and as I said, because he doesn't have the physical attributes, that makes what he does um, even, um, even more impressive. Um, five hate alongs: PSG, Real Madrid, Arsenal, and United. So technically four, not five. So the PSG hate along, I think they're drawing, but they're coming from behind. So that hate along's getting worse. Real Madrid, I think, are drawing. Arsenal are ahead. United are losing. So yeah, the hate alongs have had varying degrees of success today. Sticking with small city lads, anyone noticed Doku has got insanely physical these last couple of games? He's moving out of the way like dust. Wow, I am. To be fair, I haven't watched much of City recently. I know the game. I know the game was on yesterday, but I only kind of caught a bit of it. But is he? Um, when you say moving, oh right. I was gonna say when you say moving players like dust, I was like, is that a positive? But I've just read it properly. You said he's moving players out the way like dust. He must have been hitting the gym. He must have been on the protein shake and the protein bars, and God knows where else. Fair play, fair play to Doku. Um, City are just stacked as well because they've got Doku on the left. They've got Grealish who can't get a few minutes. I think Marmoush can also play on the left, and they've got other options as well. Oh, Real Madrid are ahead 2-1. That was it. Yeah, but in my defense, or should I say in our defense, hate alongs are like typically we want the big teams to lose. So 100% success would be a crazy day. I think if we can get 50% of the big teams having a bad result, that's normally a good evening. There have been certain like evenings and weekends where all the big teams have lost, but that seems to be a rarity. There was like a weekend, a few, there was a weekend a few months ago where like Arsenal lost, Man United lost, City drew, Everton lost, Arsenal lost, as I said, but Liverpool won, and that was an amazing weekend. A good evening, yes. What's his name? God, his name's completely gone. The Villa manager, Unai Emery. He caught on to that eventually. Eventually, he started getting annoyed at people saying that to him. Yeah, Unai Emery. Eventually, he caught on to it and started getting annoyed that people were saying that to him. So Man United trying to make something happen. Euro's on the left wing now in this disjointed mess of a formation. Um, Tom says, I'm gonna head off. If I see you streaming again, I'll definitely come back. Good luck with it all, man. Thank you, Tom. Thank you for your comments. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow for the Liverpool game. But yeah, hope you have a nice evening. Good to chat to you. Take care. Forest playing kind of keep ball at the moment. Man United have still got five at the back, which makes me wonder the second striker that has come on. Like, where is he playing? You know what I mean? Because I presume if they took Ogate off, then they might be kind of changing the system, but it looks like the same system. Muniz missed a header in front of an empty goal. Well, that's not ideal. Yikes. Yeah, Fulham won't do nothing. Yeah, that's part of the reason that I didn't watch that game because I think Arsenal were at home as well, and I thought, yeah, I'm just setting myself up for anger and heartbreak here. Whereas Forest, who are like third, I think, versus United, who are bottom half, I thought, okay, this is going to be a much more successful hate along. Say it's the safer bet. The safer bet, we could say. So corner to Man United, which isn't necessarily a good thing, uh, because earlier Forest scored off a United corner. So let's see what happens with this. Forest have got the ball back. Forest were countering, but Mazraoui was a bit too kind of deep back there. Let's hope Arsenal don't get a clean sheet. Yeah, I think that's the. I think that's the stage. That's the stage that we've reached. So the first stage is yeah, we want them to lose, and then the second stage is okay. Hopefully they lose 2 points. Hopefully it's a draw, and then eventually we're like, okay, hopefully they just don't. Hopefully they just don't get a clean sheet. It's a booking. It's a booking for somebody. Hopefully it's for Amarim for his terrible formation. No, it's a booking for Garnacho. Garnacho must have told the referee that he's world class, and the referee said, "Here's a booking for you. Stop talking nonsense." Yeah, I would not be. I would not be surprised if Man United kind of change managers again. I don't know who else is available, to be honest. Nottingham Forest making a sub. Just trying to see who's going off. So Anderson goes off, and I think that's Dominguez. Dominguez comes on. Paris Croissants. Hello, Paris. Hope you're well. We literally had a French person in the stream earlier. It's a shame you didn't get to meet them. I was talking in French, I think. Thoughts on Mamadashvili? Excited for Mamadashvili. He's an exciting prospect. Physically, he seems to be the right fit for a goalkeeper. I will be sad to kind of see Kelleher go because I really like Kelleher. And Kelleher's on pretty low wages as well, which is always nice. But I think Kelleher's given a lot of service to Liverpool, and I think he deserves, even though it makes things worse for us, I think he deserves that opportunity to have first team football now. So excited for him to come because it's a new person, but bittersweet that it probably means Kelleher's gonna go because I really like Kelleher, and it perhaps even make the argument that Kelleher is the best second choice goalkeeper in the league because I don't know who else is second choice. I mean, there's Ortega and Stefan at Man City, but Stefan Ortega, sorry, at Man City. But even then, watch Fulham score against us. They can't do anything against Arsenal, but they will score against us 100%, and they will score first against us within 5 minutes. And then we will be barraging their doors, trying to batter their doors down for 75 minutes. Maybe we get something at the end, maybe we don't. But that's just the way it is, unfortunately. Ooh, nice ball in by Alanga. So annoying. It's proper annoying. You face these teams who get kind of destroyed by the other big teams, and you think, okay, it's going to be 5-0, 4-0. And then they play Liverpool and they score first. And it's like, what's going on? Yeah, if I just called what will happen, I think I should probably stop streaming because I think I'm bad luck. The first two games I ever streamed was Liverpool versus PSG, and then Liverpool versus Newcastle. So we went out of the Champions League. We went out the Carabao Cup. Some terrible luck. Yeah, 5 minutes for Fulham, 75 for our first goal. Corner for Man United, falls to Garnacho. Ooh, just the ball just kind of goes out there. Of course, PSG scored. We thought the lead. We thought the lead was a bit too hard to believe. That's a shame. Against the second competition team. I mean, looking at it positively, at least we went out to the team that's winning, even if it's against a French second division team. I'm still slightly annoyed that they got Kvaratskhelia. I think he would have been really good for this Liverpool team. But it is what it is. Ooh, another big chance for Fulham. Well, if they can get one goal, then that's at least a consolation and another way in. I am so sick of these failed hate-alongs. Yeah. It's not working. It's not working so well. I'm ready for bed soon. Been grumpy all day. Took a nap earlier. I just want to go back to bed. Pretty similar with me, apart from the nap. Apart from the nap part, I've been also been grumpy all day, and I think I'll probably go to sleep after this Man United game is done. But if you need to go now, that's okay. It's a free kick. It's a free kick to Man United. Ah, 3-0 offside goal. That's good to hear. And nah. Good stuff. Good to hear. Free kick in by Man United. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Not going to bed. We'll probably stay up to 5 a.m. So it is what it is. Wow. I can't do that anymore. I could do it when I was younger. But these days I can't. These days I just fall asleep. Which is a shame because sometimes I stay up to watch like UFC. Or the intention is to stay up to watch UFC, which comes on at 3 a.m. But I just fall asleep 1 a.m. ish. I just pretty much fall asleep. So it is what it is. Yeah, that's why I need to do it before I can't. Yeah, that's fair enough. And Garnacho just hits the ball over. Garnacho's been taking a lot of shots from far out, and he hasn't been that great to be fair. Hence why you put alarm on. You go to bed early and put alarm on before 3 a.m. I've tried that as well, but it doesn't work. So, if it's very difficult for me to kind of fall asleep early. Because I can't have a nap. So Like I've tried having naps, but if it's not my time to fall asleep, I don't fall asleep, which means I can never fall asleep early. Um, I've tried going to sleep at the normal time, which is like midnight or whatever, and then putting my alarm on for 3. But I'm like, oh, I can't bother to wake up. I'll just watch the fight tomorrow morning. So yeah, it's one of those things. So it's a throw in to Forest. Goes to Elanga. Elanga's been playing like he's got a point to prove, and fair point. He has proven that point with his goal. Feels bad, man. Fair. Yeah, it is. It is what it is, I guess. Moreno taking a throw in. Ooh, nice little skill by Xerxes. Xerxes did little skills to get away from 2 players, which was amazing, and then he passed it straight back to the Forest player. Nice one, Joshua. United trying to make something happen. Oh, goes to Hoyland in the box. Hoyland. Ah. Goes back out to Fernandez. Nico Williams played pretty well as well. Former Liverpool player. Ooh, Gibbs White in space. Gibbs White beats 100 players and then gets fouled in the box. That must be a penalty, but the referee's not. The referee's not making a scene. But that was nice play by Gibbs White. Literally dribbled past multiple players, got into the box, and then was hacked down. I wonder if VAR will look at that, because that looked like it could have been a penalty. Ball in by Delo, but it gets cleared, thankfully. The dog says, hey, will you cover the Liverpool versus Everton game this week? I will 100% cover that game. We've been looking forward to that game for a while. We've not seen Liverpool play in, I think, 3 weeks, but what feels like an eternity. So yeah, 100% will be around for that. Tomorrow, I think it's at 8 o'clock. Liverpool versus Everton, Liverpool at home. Fulham scored. Why is that FFS though? Are they not playing versus Arsenal? That's a good thing, right? Oh, okay. If no clean sheet, which is good, but if Muniz scored that empty, it would have been 2-2. Ah, okay, fair enough. So it could have been a lot more. Yeah. Well, I guess no clean sheet is something. Hopefully that forces Arsenal to be even more defensive the next time round, and then hopefully they drop points then. Long goal kick by Forest. Ooh. Man United trying to make things happen, but it's not really going anywhere, if I'm honest. It's not really going anywhere. Means that we need to keep clean sheets. I want us not to concede. If Arsenal keep on conceding, there are two off us, same with the same amount conceded as us. Game's over 2-1. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah. At least no clean sheet, and at least it gave them a bit of a fright, to the point where now they might start being extra defensive. So it would have been nice for them to drop points, but at home to Fulham, to be honest, I expected better than a 2-1. So if 2-1's the best that they can do, then hopefully they're nothing to worry about. So Delo, long ball over the top. Go straight to Sells. Go straight to the keeper. A 2-1 with Saka coming back. Yeah, not all that impressive, to be honest. Expected a bit better. So Liverpool are now 9 points ahead, but they do have a game in hand, and they have like 12 more goal difference. So Liverpool plus 42 goal difference, Arsenal plus 30. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It'll be interesting to see how the game goes tomorrow, I think. Oh, Bayer Leverkusen lost to that one team. That is a surprise. Bayer Leverkusen losing. They're not having as good a season than this year. It looks like Harry Kane might get his first trophy, mate, after he left. I mean, I hope he doesn't, but if you think about it, like Bayer Leverkusen are losing. Frankfurt lost Marmouche. So it might have to be Bayern Munich's year again. Wolves won 1-0. That's good to hear. It's very good to hear. Quite like Wolves. Don't want to see Wolves get relegated. So it's good. It's good for Wolves to get a few more points on the board. Robin Franks 25 says, "How much would you take for Diaz?" I think we'd get. It does. Well, firstly, it does look like he's probably gonna leave in the summer, because I think he's only got 2 years left on the contract. And I think the club are not gonna want to get into the situation that they've gotten into with Van Dijk's and your Salahs, whereby you're getting into the last few months and then they can go on a free. So I think it does look like he's probably going to move on. In terms of what I'd take, probably around 60-ish. I think we paid 37.5. So if we get 60-ish, pretty much doubling the money. And then it would be equally interesting to see where the money would be reinvested. Ooh, Forest falls to a 1U, but he's a bit unlucky. So substitution, or two substitutions for Nottingham Forest. Man United haven't really threatened, if I'm honest, like a few little attacks here and there, but when the attacks, when nothing's gonna really happen from the attacks, it's those kind of attacks. Sinus says, let's be real, Man United are rubbish. Yeah, they were never going to win today. Yeah, you're right. That's why this was the choice for the hate along. I thought Forest would maybe get more than one goal. But even if they just win from a 1-0, I'm sure most people would take that. Goal scorers coming off, Mr. Anthony Elanga and Awanyi, former Liverpool player, is also coming off. Imagine if Forest do get Champions League and then Awanyi is playing in Champions League. That'd be amazing. Because he never really got a chance at Liverpool for whatever reason. They don't have to. They have a good defense. They do. Yeah. I think they will get Champions League. Good for them. Forest will get UCL. Yeah, it looks like it. I think they're just too many points. They're just too far ahead at this moment. Man United doing long ball football now, and they've put Mason Mount on the pitch. That's how you know you're desperate. On comes Mason from Chelsea. He's going to save the day. He's not. Forest have scored 50 goals. That's a lot. That is a lot of goals. Only 5 less than Arsenal. Oh, is the gap that big? 10 points. 10 points ahead of Newcastle. 10 points ahead of Brighton. 9 points ahead of City. Man United bringing Harry Maguire on when they're 1-0 down with 5 minutes to go. I think Harry Maguire might be playing as a striker. Stick Harry up front. Stick Harry up front and he'll head it in. He'll head it in or head it on. That's what's going to happen by the looks of it. And 8 ahead of Spursy, who have now learned to Chelsea. Oh, Maguire's coming on for Lenny Euro, as in European. Maguire came on and he just ran like straight into the striker position. Oh, you gotta laugh. Oh wait, this is desperation football 101, isn't it? Bringing the big centre back on, sticking him up front. Maguire's running. Imagine Slabhead up top. We're seeing that. We're seeing that right now. It's so funny seeing him run, and instead of like going over to the defense, he just goes over to the attack that way. It's like, where are you going? Get back to your side. So it's a corner now, and Slabhead is got all the cameras on him. So I think even the cameramen know that this is the tactic. Boot it up to Slabhead. So corner by Eriksson. It doesn't look like a good corner. Yeah, it gets cleared. Put back in by Fernandez. Fernandez just misses everyone. And the ball goes straight back to Sells in goal. The fridge. I forgot about that. I forgot about that nickname. The fridge. Fridge is just gonna open the fridge door and hit a rocket top bins. Yeah, pretty much. Amarim is gonna hope there's like vodka in the fridge because he looks like he needs it. Like his eyes are just right. He's regretting leaving Sporting every single day, I think. Okay, so now they're playing a bit more of a three at the back. Because I could have sworn it was five at the back before, but now okay, it looks like more of a three at the back. Um, Gone to Spursy Mount. Dogu cleared by Nottingham Forest. But the ball falls so far. Ooh, Forest are cantering. Come on, Forest. Ah. How to look like a homeless guy, just become United manager. Yeah, pretty much. You'll be the richest homeless guy in the world, but you will look pretty homeless. Like his eyes are like proper like blood red. Ooh, goes to Nico Williams on the edge of the box. He volleyed it, but he hits it. He hits it just over. Nico Williams is asking for a penalty, but I don't think that was. I don't think that was a penalty. Yeah, unfortunate. I mean, even the expensive players that Man United have don't look all that good. Like your Mason Mounts, your Harry Maguires, your Xerxes. Even Fernandez is the only one that looks okay at certain times. I feel like they just need like a full revolution of the squad. Um, and I feel like they need to accept like a few years of finishing very low. But I don't think they have the ego to accept that. Oh God, Nottingham Forest messed up there. I thought it might be a penalty, but it wasn't. I'm not having this hate along fail as well. This is what I'm holding on to. But Nottingham Forest are cantering now. They're trying to keep the hate along alive. They don't want the hate along to die. They lose the ball. 6 minutes extra time. You heading off after this, or will you watch the Real Madrid Real Sociedad game after? I want to watch that game, but I'm probably gonna have to head off and then be back for the Liverpool game tomorrow. 63 minutes there, so another 20. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to head off, but I will check the result probably tomorrow morning. But I will be back for the Liverpool game, the first Liverpool game. I think yeah, I did do the PSG one, I think, and the Newcastle, but since then we've had nothing. So I just started streaming like as soon as we had the 3 week break. So I'm looking forward to more Liverpool stuff. First LFC game in which feels like forever. It does feel like forever because I think it has been forever. uh, yeah, it'll be a relief to actually know like all the players' names. You know what I mean? Uh, so yeah, it'll be easier. Oh, it falls to slab head up front, but he clumsily kind of loses the ball. Ooh, falls on the edge of the box. Good defending by Delic there. Man United are kind of desperately trying. I got a bad feeling they're gonna get like one last opportunity is gonna kind of fall to them. Oh, this might be it. Goes to Mount. We're lucky. Okay, now the Forest players down in the box, wasting time, which is exactly what we want. Carry on wasting time. Amarim is screaming, saying this guy is not injured, but I'm like, he is injured. Stop picking on him. Matthew Cup 97X, thoughts on the Liverpool Harry Kane links? Yeah, a few years too late, mate. Like, I think from an age perspective, he doesn't feel like a Liverpool signing. Good player, definitely one of the best finishers in the world right now. But Liverpool don't strike me as a short-term club who does things, who makes short-term signings, and they especially don't strike me as a team who makes short-term expensive signings. Like if they're going to invest a lot in a player like a Van Dijk, they're going to want a significant number of years back in the form of service. So I don't see Liverpool spending 300 grand a week plus 50-60 million on Harry Kane for 2 years. If he was younger, could have been a good option. Snow says, well, I'm going to head off now, so take care and good night. See you tomorrow. Yeah, hope you have a nice evening. We'll definitely be back for the Liverpool game. So yeah, hope you have a nice night too. Take care. I don't think United will score. There's like 30 seconds left and then I'm off as well. So we should be good. So Fernandez lofts the ball in. Booted out by Nottingham Forest. That's what we want to see. So now Fernandez is the deepest player. He boots the ball up the pitch. Goes to Mazraoui. Oh God, cleared off the line. Cleared off the line. Cleared off the line by Murillo. Slab head almost good. Almost good, but Murillo cleared it off the line. Oh God. Oh. I'll leave you a message that says slab head almost scored. That is funny. But cool. That's about it for today. Watchalong successful. We'll be back for the Liverpool game tomorrow. So hopefully see some of you guys here. Hope you have a nice night. Take care.